Hello everyone, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I'm going to do a cell phone video because varying things up is okay, I think. And this coffee table is new, and I've never had a coffee table before. This is actually fantastic for videos, so I think I'm going to do this a little bit more. So I want to talk about getting lucky in comics, and there are a lot of examples of people getting lucky in comics. And I think that I'm one of those in some ways. In some ways, I think I'm not. But about every 6 months or so, somebody always brings up, like, hey, oh, Clint, you look at Clint. Look what he did. Look at Sweetcast. He did everything right. He built a successful YouTube channel and therefore a successful comic book career. You know, he broke into comics, indie comics, and now he's living the dream. And then inevitably the other shoe drops, and you hear a lot of people that come out and they'll say, yeah, but Clint didn't really earn his success. It was luck. And they might not say it like that, but they're going to either chalk it up to Ethan promoted him on his stream a few times, or the one that people should point out more, but they don't, is the timing. I was extremely fortunate with the timing of my YouTube channel. That made a night and day difference. I guarantee it. If I would have started my YouTube channel 6 months or a year later, I think I would have drastically different results. No joke. I think that's the truth. But people don't mention that, so that could be another one. Or any other number of reasons. Oh, very lucky you got the artist Charlie Snogans to draw Fatal. You're extremely lucky. Okay. So yes, I am extremely lucky, probably in more ways than you realize. I'm going to agree with you there. But I contend that every single successful comic book career has some measure of luck in it. I have worked very, very hard in the past. I'm approaching 3 years now of doing YouTube and comics, and at the same time, I still needed luck for it to happen and for things to work. Can you rely completely off of luck and have a successful comic book career? No, I don't believe that at all. Why? Because I have seen people get very, very lucky in independent comics and get a lot of attention and make nothing of it. I'm sure you could think of some examples too. They're out there. And I don't, obviously, like, I don't want to drag anyone under the bus, but my point is that it's a little bit of both, right? Where would Stan Lee be without Jack Kirby? You could also argue, where would Jack Kirby be without Stan Lee? So many people have gotten incredibly lucky. All the Image guys, they were fantastic, hardworking people. At the same time, you'd have to say there was something to the timing. There was something to, Image Comics, like right in that era, like that worked for people. And would someone like Rob Liefeld, would he be as popular if he came out in comics today versus the 90s? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, but I tend to believe that's not the case. So the reason I'm showing you this is all new stuff, by the way. I'm doing a trading card set for Downcast. I'm doing it myself. This is one big reason I'm not doing comedy videos every day, because I realized it's taking way too much time away from doing comics, which is what I'm here to do anyway. So I just started inking. Don't hate yet. When they're finished, you can tell me if they suck. But I think I'm going to do these 3. I might do one more, because I have a pretty great villain in this next book that I think could be worth a trading card. So we'll see. And then, I don't know, we'll ink them, see how they look. It'll be great. So I have those out for that reason. And then also, I have a new cover, all for Owen. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you the guy's name that did this. I don't want to dox anybody. I'll check, but it will be on the campaign. Fantastic cover. I will highly recommend him once I find out how he wants his name to be shared, and go from there. Really great cover for All for Owen. I'm going to add this to the campaign. But in novels, I can tell you, I didn't know Ethan Van Sciver when it came to writing and publishing novels. I didn't have a YouTube channel when I was writing and publishing novels, but what I did have was some incredible timing. My first book, The Cause, is absolutely atrocious. It's just terrible. I have taken it off of Amazon. You can't buy it uh, anywhere to my knowledge. It is terrible, but it was a great learning experience. I needed to learn how to write. Uh, that book was a terrible book, and I got very lucky on it. I worked really hard. It took me 2 years to write the book, and I did a lot of learning during that time. I published it on Amazon, and I did one of those little promo things they had, and I had over 11,000 people download this book in the course of 3 days. Not this book, sorry, The Cause. In 3 days. That was insane. And I was so naive that I actually called my mom up and I told her, Mom, I did it. I'm going to be an author. This is it. And then shortly after, those sales all fell off, and I realized that you needed to keep making books like quickly in quick succession in order to make it in the self-publishing indie realm. So I wrote this book, which is a much better book. It's not perfect. It is my sophomore effort, but it's better. And it gives you an idea of how I write novels, I guess. So I published this one, and I did not have anywhere near the same success. Even though I had more experience, I knew what I was doing. The book was so much better than my first novel. So much better, unbelievably better. But still, it did not sell. I had a crappy cover, which was one of the problems. And ultimately, the timing was not the same. It wasn't 2011, it was 2013. That made a huge difference in my ability to sell digital books online. Okay. So again, still happy with the book, but the timing had a lot to do with it. And it sort of just showed the luck involved. And the better that you get, hopefully, at all this stuff, you can search out your golden opportunities and go for them. You know, I've seen some very fortunate creators that have squandered opportunities right before them. And I don't know if, for whatever reason, they weren't interested in them. They didn't know how, they weren't equipped yet to take hold of those opportunities. I'm not sure. But what I can tell you is that there are always opportunities. It's just that your opportunities are not going to look like my opportunities did. Because if I started today too, I think mine would be completely different as well. So was I lucky in my comic book career? Absolutely. And I'm going to pray that it keeps coming. And I'm going to pray that I am still going to find when those opportunities present themselves, I'll be equipped and be capable of seizing them and taking those opportunities so I can move up to the next step, in my comic book story. But I think that's what everyone has to do as well. So get lucky for sure, work hard, and between those two things, hopefully you'll get there. I'm not even going to tell you you'll get there. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know if I'm going to stay here. I don't know if I have what it takes, because it always feels like it's you're breaking into comics constantly. So, but I don't know. It sure is fun trying. So try it. Look at the success of other people's. Don't let it discourage you. But I don't know, maybe let it inspire you, let it make you mad. You think Clint is such a boring guy, I could do a much better YouTube channel than him. Then do it. Just do it. Then you'll be able to, I don't know, then you can rub it in my face, I guess. That would work too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Let me know what you think about these trading cards so far. And I realize they're at like a weird angle. But yeah, let me know what you think about those. I'll have this available too. There's my art supplies. I'm going to keep working on this. For the campaign, it's not going to be expensive. It's all I did was put a new cover on it. That'll be just for the campaign. So I'm going to make that affordable and hopefully have a lot of good stuff for you on this next campaign. Should be a lot of fun. Thanks everyone. See you next time.